sensitive. Let me use that word sensitive because what we're talking about is something that's very, very sensitive. All people that are not in the Christian race are going to hell.
And judge you before God, are they God? And looking back into the Bible, look at David, look at Solomon. Yes. Look at Paul. Yes. They are the highest sinner. So it is my own choice to choose if I will go to heaven or not. It's not mandatory. It's not compulsory. Religion is not a criteria for success.
Recently now we have the ISIS, Al Qaeda, Boko Haram. They are more Islamic based. So I think they kind of see that their own religion is perfect.
Let's say somebody that's Superman, where they save the world, come Nigeria, come their front today. If you don't talk to them, why?
But soon I see the pastor, they look my ash. So for some other eye.
Maybe you work out, they come now, you carry one B, we get big ash. Work out pass. One lie. No, actually, maybe you want to treat you like anything.
They are the gangs. Oh my
God. No. Welcome you to another wonderful section of Thinkers Tank Podcast. And as you all know, Thinkers Tank Podcast is a podcast where we'll talk about real things that is happening around us. We talk about our society, our community, talk about history, talk about religion, love, and so much more. So before we proceed, my name is Vix, and on my right we have
More.
So this is Moret, and welcome to another wonderful section of Thinkers Tank Podcast. So today we are going to be talking about something very, very important and sensitive. Let me use that word sensitive because what we're talking about is something that's very, very sensitive. And as we all know, we live in Nigeria, and we are separated, or let me just say divided. Most of us divided under two major religions. We have many other religions in Nigeria, but the two major recognized and popular one is Christianity and Islam. So today we want to talk about Christianity and one particular line that they do use mostly. If you notice Christians nowadays, some of them, let me not use or some, those ones that are strong believers, they call themselves tough believers, tough Christians, those are they who say, holier than thou, they don't fit compromise. There's one similar trait they have, all of them. They don't associate with people that are not Christians. Even if they see you, maybe let's say somebody that's Superman, where they save the world, come Nigeria, come their front today. If you don't talk to them, why? Because he's not a believer. There are some believers that believe that all people that are not in the Christian race are going to hell. And the funny thing is, I was asking somebody one time, and he was like, yes, and I want to show me the Bible. No one cometh through the Father but by him, that is by Jesus Christ. So anybody that did not confess that is Jesus, the Son of God, and is going to hell automatically. And also there's one verse in the Bible that they use generally to back up their assertion. To back themselves up that okay, because of this is why. And that word that they use popularly is this verse in the Bible. I think 2 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 16 or so. It says, do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. Do not be unequally yoked. Or be unequally yoked, or do not be equally yoked with unbelievers. Anyhow. So I want us to use that verse now, that phrase now I want us to use that phrase to have our session today. So from all this, our topic today will be what? The term unequally yoked with unbeliever. Is it a warning, a wisdom, or we are just misusing it? Let me come again. The topic is what? The term unequally yoked with unbeliever. Is it a warning or a wisdom? Or we are just misusing it or misunderstanding it? So, like I said, most people, most Christians, most believers, they usually bank on that word to do whatever they want to do, don't associate themselves at all. In fact, there are some believers that, to some extent, if you greet them, they won't even answer you. Maybe you waka they come now, you carry one big, we get big nyash. Waka pass. Wallahi, because of that girl wey you carry, if you greet believer, you no go answer. Or maybe you owe like 3-3, or you owe anything for. No, actually, maybe you owe like 3-3, you owe like anything.
You want the eggs. Oh
if
my
you see
God.
believer,
Oh my God.
both old and young, some make you greet them, they don't answer.
Especially young. Radical.
And the reason why is because you are an unbeliever and they can't be seen talking to you. They don't have anything to do with you. So from this point now, because since you are our guests and we'll be having another guest today, so but for now you are our guest, and we have 3 points I want to ask. The first point is the word or the phrase unequally yoked that they use in the Bible. What is the deep meaning of it? When I say a word now, like for example, if I say go, somebody can describe that word in a spiritual way, physical way, in fact, any way. So if we say unequally yoked, what is the deep meaning of it? What is this? Can you tell us, or do you have any spiritual meaning for it? Physical meaning, like the lay word unequally yoked. Do you have meaning for it, and why it's used in the Bible, when it's used in the Bible? In fact, a yoke in the Bible, meaning for it.
Okay, thank you, my presenter. The first thing I think we need to understand is, like the way I always do, let's start by defining the key words. So the key word we have here is yoked. Now I'm unequally.
And unequally, yeah.
Now let's look at yoked, which is the principal word. Now yoke itself, a lot of people do not know what a yoke means. Now let me explain what a yoke means. Now a yoke is like a stick that they use to connect 2 oxen together, or 2 horses together, or 2 bulls together when they are pulling something. So they use it to connect them. Let's say for instance, maybe a bull can only pull 300 kg. So I don't want to pull something that is like 600 or 400 or 500. So they need 2 bulls. So they'll take a yoke, which is like a stick. They'll take it to connect the both of them together, so that the both of them can move in alignment. They can move together at once. To pull that stuff. So when one moves, the other also moves. You understand? Now, if they take a bull and a calf, can you yoke them together? You can't yoke them together. Why? Because they are not in the same proportion. They are not in the same level. So it's going to be very difficult for you to yoke the 2 of them together to perform a particular task. So that yoke itself, it's a connection between 2 things to perform a particular task. That is what the word yoke in connotation means. Now, when you say do not be unequally yoked,
but let's say that yoke, for example, is it possible that 2 animals that cannot be yoked together, they can coexist together?
Yes, for sure. That is very right. Like you can actually yoke a donkey and a horse.
Okay.
Why? Because they have similarities. They are both horse families. You understand what I'm trying to say? You can yoke a ram and a he-goat. Sure, you understand?
No,
because
they can live together.
Yes, why not? They can live together, but performing that task is what this place is talking about. Performing a task, yes. When you want to perform a task now, let's take for instance now, you want to go and fight battles. You can't take people that have pot belly that can run. You have to take people that are able men that can run. It does not mean that person that has pot belly that can run is your enemy, or you won't share the victory with that person. No, it just means that this particular task, this person cannot do it. That person that have pot belly now that can't go to the field to fight, that person can be the ones giving you guys first aid, can be treating people that are injured. So those people also still have their own duties to perform. You understand what I'm saying? So when you say being yoked together, it means 2 things that have similarities working together to perform a particular tax. So that is what the word being yoked together means. Now, when you say unequally yoked with unbeliever, I like us not to take the word out of context. Let us go downwards for the Bible passage. Maybe I can quote it word for word or not. But the Bible passage at the later stage said those unbelievers, described them as people that are lawless. He said, what is the connection between righteousness and lawlessness? Now, when you take the word lawlessness, which is the big keyword there also. Now, who are lawless people? Lawless people are people who no rules govern. That is, they don't have any rule that is governing them. Those are lawless people. Now, when we take it to the religious sense, who are lawless people? Atheists are the people that we can call lawless people, because they are the only ones who don't have a God clause that governs them. They are the only ones who don't have a God set down rules that govern them. They only govern themselves with the way they feel. You understand me? So a Muslim now is not lawless. A Christian is not lawless. A Jew is not lawless. An Hindu is not lawless. Why? Because they have law that governs them.
Okay.
So when we say do not be unequally yoked, now let me give you an instance of a Christian and a Muslim now, because those are like the two biggest counterparts that you say. So I am a Christian now, and you are a Muslim. We have a project in hand that we want to do. Your religion and my religion does not count on that project. What counts on that project is your ability, your brain, your input, and my input. Does it align? So that place is further than religion. It's not religious. That word itself is not religious. It's further than religious.
That is the word.
Unequally yoked. So it's further than religious. Than religion rather. So it goes in all areas of someone's life. Okay, the reason why the both of us can be here today is because we have something in common.
We have a similar goal.
Similar goal. You understand me? So people with similar goal can easily, move together. That is what that Bible passage is just talking about. That
when you want, irrespective of
where you come from. And what is my proof for that? Because everything, people always ask proof. My proof is Jesus Christ. We saw Jesus Christ in the house of Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus was an unbeliever.
A tax collector.
We saw him in the house of Matthew. He was an unbeliever also. We saw him in the house of the Levites, where they threw a banquet and he was there. The first miracle he did not do it in the midst of Christians. He did it in the midst of these same Jews. That was the first miracle he did. So the person who wiped his feet, cleaned his hair, his leg with her hair, was also an unbeliever according to the disciples. So you see, Jesus Christ dwelled with those people.
In fact, funny enough, the first set of people he saw when he resurrected from the grave,
yes, were still the same unbelievers. So it shows you that word itself is God's a fast stretch out of religion. It's not talking about life generally. Yeah. That is, I want to go to school now, and I'm going to pick a friend that hates education. He's going to pull me back from my education, because what is going to be bringing every time is something that negates my own aim. So if I want to pursue my education, I have to pick myself a partner that we can yoke together to perform that duty. So that is what that Bible passage is talking about. And again, I'm sorry I'm taking more time, but again, to explain it further, who said that word? Apostle Paul said it. Now, if you look into the Bible, there are a lot of things that Apostle Paul said that were just from his own thinking. He is just somebody that has so much wisdom and advises people because they see him as a father figure in the ministry.
He was actually a figure.
So
the way if you read the story before, his name was Saul.
Yes, he
was a tormentor of Christians.
So you understand me? So most of the time he gives advice. So there are places that he advises people cutting their ear, removing their eyes. How many people has removed their eyes? How many people don't cut their ear? No, I don't follow that one. But you now see the pastor, they look my ash. So there's another eye. You understand me? So some of those things are just advice. Because of one, the level of the people's faith then. You had probably seen that these people, if they try to move with unbelievers or people that don't have the same belief as they are, it may probably deter them because they are not strong. Remember there's a Bible verse that said that they were babies and you take milk, that you are not yet ripe for solid food. So I feel that those are the levels that those people that he was actually talking to bear. So he felt if you guys now start not to be doing like Jesus, you want to be with unbelievers, they may draw you. They fit bring shadow now. Before you know now, you don't add. You understand? Because say you want they do oneness, you want they do say you understand me. So it is level. So when you grow beyond that level, it is universal. The love of God is universal. It's for everybody. You understand me? That is one. Then secondly, the same Apostle Paul himself said it in that same Corinthians that if you have a wife and the wife does not believe, that is the wife is an unbeliever, don't put that wife away because he's an unbeliever. If you have a husband and that husband is an unbeliever, don't put that husband away because he's an unbeliever. Meaning, me as a Christian can marry a Muslim. Why? If we have common interests. That is what matters. If our goal in life is similar, I should not put her away because she does not believe in what I believe in. But people only talk about one, they don't talk about the other from the same author in the same book. The third point, who is the author and finisher of our faith as Christians? Jesus is not Apostle Paul. So if Jesus do not say it,
I will not follow it.
Thank you, sir.
And you will not follow it.
Thank you, sir.
Before we conclude, I have a guest in mind and I want us to ask him this same question about Christians being unequally yoked with unbelievers, and let's see what he has to say. So we're calling him. Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. You are welcome to Thinkers Tank Podcast. I say you are welcome to Thinkers Tank Podcast.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So it's going to go down in history that will be our first guest, external guest that we'll be having here. And so thank you for joining us.
Oh, wow. You're welcome.
Alright. So please, I will meet you. What's your name?
My name is Bolaji Aditichi.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Bobby! Yeah, so it's really good to have you here with us, Mr. Bolaji.
Thank you.
Okay, so today we are having a session on our podcast, and the session is all about Christian using the word unequally yoked as an excuse to not, unequally yoked and as an excuse to separate themselves from people. Religion is meant to unite everyone, but people use that reference, unequally yoked, as an excuse to separate themselves from other people. So instead of religion now to become a tool for unity, it's becoming a tool for separation and other. So what do you have to say to people, to enlighten them about this particular matter that I have on ground?
Okay, thank you. Firstly, I would like to generalize this based on each religion. Let me put Christianity aside first. I will generate this on each religion and they believe each religion are. Like firstly, for Christianity believe in salvation through either faith or grace. So if you have faith, even your faith is not even enough to take you to heaven. So it is by grace. So that's for Christianity. Then for Islam, it is submission to Allah's will. That is the only way they classify themselves as okay. This is the only way to enter our own heaven, by submitting to Allah's will. Then for other religions like Hinduism, Buddhism, some don't even believe in heaven. Some believe in reincarnation. Some believe in rebirth. So it depends on what their primary goal is. But for me, I just believe religion has been born upside down. Instead of religion to unite people together, it's not possible, no separation because of each belief and spiritual culture. So I think people should focus more on connection rather than condemning, because Christianity, Islam, all of them are the only thing they are doing is to condemn people. So from my own point of view, even in Christianity, we have different, there's not even unity in Christianity because we have different type of churches under Christianity. The Jehovah's Witness doesn't believe other churches like CAC. CAC doesn't believe other churches like maybe Winners. We have different beliefs and different practices.
Yeah.
So nothing is. You like to say something?
No, I can hear you. Go on, please.
So nothing is uniting us together as Christian. Talk more of other religion. Nothing is uniting us together as Christian. Talk more of other religion. Okay, so you are saying even in Christianity, there is no unity in general. They are not so unanimous in general. I said in Christianity itself, there's no much unity in general. Yes. Okay. So I think the cause of that is doctrine. Doctrine. Yes, doctrine. Celeste, CAC, they have their own doctrine. So to me, I would like to say we should focus more on compassion rather than doctrine. Okay. When you say passion towards which direction? Compassion towards one another. Passion towards one another. Even if you are a pagan, if you are a traditionalist, Islam or any other religion, okay, we should focus more on compassion. Okay. It is my own choice to choose if I will go to heaven or not. It's not mandatory. It's not compulsory. Religion is not a criteria for success. You know. Yeah, at all. It's not. You know. It's never a criteria for success. So I can choose to not be in any part of any religion at all. Okay, I just want to be myself, and that doesn't mean that I won't succeed in life. And that doesn't even mean I won't to the heaven. The heaven that they are talking about. Yes, now. That's good. Yes. Exactly. Yes. So now me choosing, me piercing my ear, me doing a dance, me plating air doesn't define me going to heaven. So why now limiting your why now putting your own faith? I see, okay, if I don't have faith, if I'm not belonging to your own religion, it means maybe heaven is not sure. Even the Bible says, don't judge. Yes, of course. Yeah. In religion today, we all judge. Even Islam, I heard that they don't fight for their God. Yes. Yeah, they don't fight for their God. Christianity, when you see people coming to your church, see the way this person is dressed, he's a sinner. They even judge you before God. Are they God? And looking back into the Bible, look at David, look at Solomon. Yes. Look at Paul. Yes. They are the highest sinner. Exactly. In the Bible. What are they? Even Abraham, the father of all nations. He was even an idol worshipper before he became Abraham. Yes, Abraham was an idol worshipper. Yes, from the Mesopotamian. Exactly. So look at those books. The book we are following. Look at the book we are following. See what they preach and the ideas they've all brought to us. Like, okay, this faith, to me, I believe religion should just be a cultural practice. That, okay, if I have faith, if I'm holding on to my faith, that, okay, this is my own faith, my belief, my way of worshiping, and I want to hold on to that. And I believe that, okay, so maybe with that, I go to heaven. Even at times it doesn't work. Because there are some people in life, they will do good. They will do good from the beginning of their lives almost to the end. They will do one bad and they will make that heaven. Yes. And some people will do bad, just like Paul. But at the end, they make up the hand. They make it. Look at the thief beside Jesus. Yes. He has been stealing all his life. You see, so the people that God saved the most are all sinners. God ways is not man ways. It's so different. They are all sinners. Yes. Those people that, okay, look at the prostitutes in the Bible. Yes. A lot of them. Really? Yes. So to me, I just believe religion should unite people. Religion is not for condemnation. Religion is not for division. It's for bringing people together. It's for unity. Religion should bring unity. If you're not going to my church, if you're not doing Christianity, if you're not doing Islam, doesn't mean we shouldn't come together. It's even one of the things that is even dividing the country. Yes, it is. It is. This the one thing that divides the country is religion. So to me, everything is just messed up. Even the pastors, everything is just messed up. So we shouldn't go further because the more you go further, the more people be like, no, this person is possessed. When it comes to religion issue, the more you move further, the more you dig deeper, they'll be like, this person is possessed. Whenever you dig deeper into Christianity, so I just believe we should bring unity. And the way they even force this religion of a thing, like I said earlier, that if it is that same way financial literacy is being forced to us, the percentage of Exactly.
And Bobby, I want to talk about something. Can you hear me? It's more talking. Yeah, I'm the one talking. Yeah, welcome. So I want to talk about something real quick that we were discussing about. We were talking about how Christians now see their own religion as to be perfect. You understand? When you talk about that, their religion spread through Mahdi's during the Crusaders, the Roman empires, the Constantinople's and everything. They tend to argue, and because recently now we have the ISIS, Al Qaeda, Boko Haram, they are more Islamic based. So I think they kind of see that their own religion is perfect. Maybe because they don't know history, or because they don't want to accept history.
No, it's not because of history, Even those history, this Christianity or this religion of the thing is being brought to us with force.
Yes, facts.
Yes. Exactly. So to me, I believe introducing religion to us is just to erase some memories.
Yes, facts.
To erase some histories of the slavery.
Yes.
You get, because there's no way we understand how the slavery goes away. Nobody will retaliate. We will retaliate.
We will know.
Of course.
Me, I even retaliate. Yes.
But they are not religion to us and taught us to forgive.
Yes, forgive 70 times, 7 times. And if they slap you in one cheek, you turn the other cheek. And again, servant, submit to your master. That was the decree. The Pope, I've forgotten his name now. The Pope that was the Pope of Rome during the slave trade. That was the decree made. Yes.
So let's the issue of religion not before here, because a lot of people they are just being fooled with cultural beliefs. Even people don't even think. Sometimes you want to work in an office. There are some things you know you need to do. But people, okay, if I pray, this will work out. Meanwhile, there are some steps you should take instead of praying.
Facts.
They are right. So there are some things we should do. It's not okay. Like I told someone, I said, even in the Bible, if the Bible preach about faith, we have two types of faith. We have let me just use the normal pronunciation, the faith and the faith.
Yes.
You get the FKTE
and the FAITH. Yes.
So that faith, the substance of things hoped for.
Yes.
So, and even in the Bible, it said, if you have faith as little as mustard seed,
you would move mountains.
You shall tell the mountains to move and be and it will move. So there was a day I told someone that, okay, you're telling me that you move mountain. Do you think moving mountain is just by mouth? It simply implies the work, the force you put just to move.
Yes, I think that is in the book of James. I think chapter 3. It said faith without work, that same belief without work is dead.
Exactly.
Yes.
So now you see a lot of youths aspiring for good things in life. A lot of youths having dreaming of a lot of things to do in life, and they be like, God will do it. We are not saying God will not do it. We are not saying you should not.
Well, if you didn't put in
what's their brain, you see?
If you didn't put in the work,
you did not say you should not pray. You did not say you should that God will not do it. God has already. He has done it already. What is the work? What are you putting in place? Just to make it visible.
That's fact. That's deep.
So you notice happening in churches. For me, I just believe religion practices should just unite people. It's never brought to condemn people. It's brought for unity and not for war or fight, just like the other religion do. So it's not for war. It should unite people together.
Alright, thank you very much.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
Thank you very much for your time, and we are so happy to have you here and to hear this wisdom, this aspect of wisdom from you.
You're welcome, guys.
Yeah, so we hope to have you on our section another time.
Yes.
So we had a great section with our guests, and so we have come to the end of today's podcast section. I want to leave with this closing remark. That's a conclusion of today's session. So we conclude by saying this: being unequally yoked does not mean believers should isolate themselves from unbelievers. Now, being unequally yoked in general does not even mean anybody, even though you are not a believer, but because you don't accept or choose a particular way of life of somebody, you choose to isolate yourself from them. The yoke, being equally yoked, like in the olden days, that is in the past now, the way they do it is if they have a particular goal to achieve, that's when they get to yoke two equal strengths. Let's say bull, for example. Let's say they want to do ridges, they want to plow the floor. Then that now they use hoe and so, but then they want to do it fast. That technology was yoking two powerful oxen. Once they yoke them, they put their equipment behind it, and then they'll use it to. So you see, that's the meaning or implication of being equally yoked, equally or unequally yoked. So if you as a believer being unequally yoked does not mean you go and partner with a sinner, but then it still does not mean you isolate yourself. It only means that unequally yoked does not mean isolation. So you can socialize with people, be friends with them, and still be unequally yoked. Jesus Christ was the Son of God, but if you take his time on earth, mostly he was spent with either his disciples or sinners. So the real meaning is that believers must use deep wisdom. Believers, as a believer, we must use deep wisdom to approaching phrases like that, instead of just blindly or uncuriously following and listing everything that comes out of the Bible. You need to apply wisdom to passages in the Bible. Christianity was never meant to be lived in isolation, but instead in a fruitful and faithful engagement. As a Christian, the aim was never to live in isolation, but in a faithful engagement with people, which is what Jesus did. If you notice, all the places that Jesus dined with unbelievers, if you check, at the end, he ended up either converting them, like Zacchaeus. After he went to Zacchaeus' house and dined with him, at the end of the day, Zacchaeus went back to all the people he has collected money from and went to return. So that's the aim you as a Christian or believer should have. So we thank you, everybody that has stayed with us at this time. I want to say thank you for staying with us, and also I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace.